Hello and welcome again to another episode of the YBI's Innovators Insights podcast. Woo, claps, yeah. I am the host, Karrington Griffin, and today, again, I have my colleague Luke Poliski, Director of Development here at the YBI, and we are joined today as we head towards Shark Tank with one of our sharks for this year, Mr. Don Thomas. Woo! Come on, put your hands together. Don, thank you so much for joining us here today. Let's jump right into it. We met briefly, we talked a little bit, but for my listeners and viewers who may not know who you are, what you do, can you tell us who you are and what you do?
Thanks again to everybody at YBI for the opportunity. I was the Secret Shark last year, and so I'm looking forward to this year to be on the stage formally. And so I appreciate.
We still get people saying about that last year.
Yeah, we had a good time, didn't we?
Sure.
That's the whole idea.
Uh-huh.
That's the whole idea. My name is Don Thomas. My nickname is Poncho.
Okay.
It's a lifetime nickname, so you may hear that from time to time. I'm the owner and managing partner at a place called Platz Realty. We are the largest commercial real estate brokerage in Northeast Ohio. Very proud of that. We also own Combine Brothers, and so we do a little bit of real estate, a little bit of food, and have a lot of fun.
Nice. I did not know that second part. I learn something new every day. So
Maybe we'll have a party at Combine Brothers.
I like that.
Come on, we'd love to have you guys.
So let me ask you, how did you get your start?
Great question. I'm a native Poland guy. I was born in Arizona. My family moved back here when I was a kid and grew up. My family was in business, Youngstown State guy, and left here. Never thought I would come back. Personal circumstance brought me back in 2006. And I came back thinking of it as a prison sentence. I'm going to do my 10 hard and I'm going to get out. But the place, it's Hotel California. You can check out, but you can't ever leave. So what's happening in the city and in the region is really, really cool. I'm a huge supporter of the incubator. I think what's going on at the incubator, we should be shouting from the highest mountaintops.
Yes, sir.
And so my start, grew up in a family business, left here after graduating YSU, and went West Coast, down south, came back as a manufacturer. We owned a manufacturing company, and we moved that company from California to here.
Wow.
And we sold it in 2016. I got non-competed out of the industry, and we were in automotive electronics, got non-competed out, and a good friend, Steve Platz, said, "What you going to do?" And I said, "I'm not sure. I think I'm going to make you rich. I'm going to buy some real estate." He said, "You would be really good at this." And so we bought Platz Realty at the beginning of 2016 and started to grow a commercial real estate business and have been very blessed. We hit it right. Market timing has been good. The valley, the region has grown, and we've been able to take advantage of it. We've got a great team of people that work with me, and we're blessed.
Wow, that's awesome. There's a theme I'm noticing here, Luke, with some of our sharks. A couple of our other sharks, they have a similar story where they left the valley, not expecting to return, and then found themselves back here and thriving. I know that's one thing that we at the incubator with some of our businesses and helping to grow the economy, we are trying to keep people in the city and bring people back into the Mahoning Valley. So to hear that story, another success story, it just speaks volumes to that. And it lets those know it can work.
I think that the Valley gets a black eye for no good reason. It may have deserved it a few years ago, but right now we need to figure out a way to keep our young people. Generationally, we lost 2, maybe 3 generations of kids that left and never came back.
Yeah.
We've got to give them a reason. And again, I go back to the incubator. I think the incubator gives a reason. You take a look at an entrepreneur and give them a pathway. A lot of people have good ideas, but don't have a vehicle to get them done. You guys give them you give them the pathway.
Yep.
And if we can keep young guys like you guys in fold, it's just going to make this thing be better and better.
We appreciate the high praise, and we are trying our best to, like you said earlier, screaming from the mountaintops.
Live up to that.
Yeah, and live up to it. So again, thank you.
I've seen, as we talked about this when we first met, but I've been able to witness the growth of Platz Realty because I grew up with Steve's son, Mike, and I remember him with one of the employees and when we were in high school, and he was going out mowing lawns and of the properties that Steve was selling and putting signs in. And man, you have quite the team now.
We told Steve going in that we weren't going to screw his family name up.
Yeah.
And we were going to do him proud. And we're trying to do that. He gave us a legacy with his own experience in commercial real estate. And the legacy was one of ethics and doing the things correctly. And that's what we've tried to build on. And we've been lucky and we've been good. And we've grown organically and we've grown through acquisition. We had a strategy and we're continuing to execute that strategy. Steve moved to Columbus like 2 years ago. We just moved an office down to Columbus last fall. We're looking at Western Pennsylvania hard. And we think there's just nothing but upside in the state of Ohio and in Western Pennsylvania.
It's awesome.
Love to hear it.
Yeah.
Love to hear it. So as we turn towards Shark Tank, you mentioned last year you were one of our celebrity sharks.
We branded it as the mystery
shark. Thank you, Luke. That's
because we didn't know.
We didn't know who was going to be.
We didn't know who was going to bid. It could have been anybody else in the audience.
Yeah. So if you can explain that experience last year on getting to join the Sharks on stage.
So Sam and Donna Boak, really good friends of my wife and I. And so it starts and it's like any auction. And so it's myself, it's actually two other guys that started. And then it's myself and Lena from QuickMed,
one of our
and she and I we knew, like, you go to fundraisers and you're supposed to fundraise.
Yeah.
And so we knew that we had to fundraise, and she and I went back and forth, and Sam threw some money my way. We threw some additional money in, and we just had a really good time at driving the auction. And at one point I looked at Lena and Lena looked at me and we're like, all right, one of us got to step out. But it was really fun. The auction part of it was outstanding. And I'd watched the television show. I'd been to the event a couple of times, and I wasn't really sure what was going to happen behind the scenes. The Sharks had a really good idea of how to, what they were looking for. Yeah. I was able to sit in and just listen to what they were doing. And it was a great experience. And when Barb approached me about possibly doing something this year, I'm like, absolutely. Yeah, it'll be fun. And it will be, we're going to have a good time.
We didn't scare you away.
We didn't scare me away.
That's good to know. That's intimidating. I mean,
definitely.
if you were anybody else, or there were a couple people in that room who could have done it, gotten up there, but that group had been forming a rapport just
they were really good group of people.
Party, so.
It was really, you guys had some really good people in the shark world like last year.
But they interacted for months, and then you just come up right at that moment, and that was awesome.
I think we were a little foreshadowing there, because now you are, if I can say this, the expert on our.
Yeah, you're the veteran.
You're the
veteran shark.
The great, what is it? The great white shark.
The great white shark. Yeah, here we are.
Hopefully, and I'm sure this will happen. Being in the room last year, you'll be able to help guide some of these conversations this year.
I think so. I think the foundation, the catalyst of what the Shark Tank thing is, driving entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur at my heart. I spent a little bit of time in corporate America, but my heart, my soul are in family business, and I believe strongly in it. And I think that when we're looking for entrepreneurs, it starts here. It starts here. You got to have it here, but it starts here. You've got to have the heart, and you got to be willing to put the time and the effort in, and you may or may not get a payday. And I think that's really the core of what Shark Tank, I think, is.
Excellently put. Let me ask you, what is something that you're looking forward to from those who are pitching this year, some of our small entrepreneurs?
I think I'd go back to what I just said. I want to see the heart and the intelligence, because anybody, especially in today's environment, you can go to ChatGPT and generate a business plan pretty quickly. I want to see them. I want to see a plan, of course, but I want to see it be, this is my gut, this is my heart. And I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna work as hard as I can. I'm gonna get some money. If I'm the winner, I'm gonna get some money, and I'm gonna use that money to promote my business, to grow my business. And that's what I'm looking for.
I love it. It's interesting, as those our viewers and listeners, they'll notice each shark is giving their own take on that. But at the end of the day, it's all the same information. So I love to see the diversity, but also the unity in that.
I think because the sharks, this year's sharks are all entrepreneurs and small business folks. And I think about it, and you think of how hard you have to work to get success. That's what we're looking for. I think that's what we all look for.
Yeah. Luke, let me always like to throw you a lob over the plate. So
An easy question.
Easy question.
I thought you were going to say a curveball.
No, easy question for you.
I went to Scrappers game last night, so
You enjoy yourself?
I did.
Good. That's great.
I ate as much as I could, and it was cookie night too.
Ooh, big sweets guy. You and me both. For those who want to participate in Shark Tank, what does that look like?
There's an application process.
Okay.
We've had the similar application the last couple years because it works. Why make that many changes unless it really needs to be? But we have a good system. The application process opened at the beginning of June, and it's going to close on August 4th this year. So we know everybody in the Valley likes to wait until the last minute. But that makes those of us who are facilitating this event a little nervous. So we are on par with where we usually are in terms of number of applications, but we will always take more. All that information's on our webpage, ybi.org/Shark Tank, along with all the other information for the event, sponsorship, attendance. The application process is defined there. They can always reach out to me. My email address is on the website too, and we're just here to help.
Beautiful. I heard you say sponsorship. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
We run this event off sponsorships. Make no mistake about it, we are a nonprofit organization. It's different, and I've said this before. It's a different mindset that a nonprofit organization is helping small businesses. We are not a business. We are a 501c3. And we rely on grant support, sponsorship support, gifts from foundations, from families, individuals, to not only to keep the building running and everybody paid in the just way, but for us to also provide those services to entrepreneurs, not just a Shark Tank. Of course, we provide services to the entrepreneurs who are coming in and they're going to pitch at the event, but there are so many who are coming in for services every day, every week, every month. And that's our mission. And the mission is funded by the generosity of others.
Beautiful. I wanted to add to it, but you so eloquent.
Go ahead.
No, I can't.
Oh,
you did a great job there, Luke.
I just said enough words. That's what I did.
The right words. You said enough of the right words. Don, let me come back to you. Thank you again, Luke. So Don, I am a small business owner. I am looking to pitch at this year's Shark Tank, and I'm on stage and I'm looking at you on stage across from me. You said, and you spoke to the passion that you want to see from me. You wanted to make sure that I knew what I was talking about. Is there anything else that I could plan for? Are you a numbers guy? Are you one of those, hey, show me your numbers, let me make sure it makes sense?
I am a numbers guy.
Okay.
But I think in that environment, you're really talking about strategy, and you may want to touch on the numbers, but you really want to touch on the markets. You want to touch on what you're going to do, how you're going to touch people, how you're going to touch your clients, and what those things look like. Because at the end of the day, people, as complicated as we've tried to make business, people still deal with people.
Right.
And so I want to see, again, I want to look that person in the eye. I want to see what they have strategically. I want to see what they have. And do I want to see the top line and what projection might be? Of course. Do I want to see the bottom? Absolutely. Anything in the middle? Not enough time to get into the details.
That's great advice. That is great advice. I've seen over the years some clients that might have been a pitfall for them, where they are trying to explain that middle portion and they're spending too much time.
Yep.
And
Speaking of time, we continually
Yes, sir.
modify that pitch portion to not only convey as much information as possible, but not be overwhelming. So at the end of the day, this is a fundraiser. We are showcasing the businesses, but they're also providing some level of entertainment. Why do we watch Shark Tank, the TV show? Because it's entertaining.
Yes.
So we've been, throughout the last couple of years, making some small and some larger modifications to how they are pitching, and also challenging them to get as much information into that amount of time. And I think we've settled on around a 4-minute pitch. So they can't give much more than that in that.
I think you want to get them where if I could give them any advice, pre-advice, is if it's 4 minutes, practice your 4 minutes.
Absolutely.
Get not your business plan, your 4-minute plan, and get that plan dialed up so that when you're done at 3 minutes and 50 seconds, you're asking us for the order.
I like that.
Nice.
Luke, Don doesn't know this, but he actually touched on something that we provide those applicants with the resources of our Evolve program and then also our MBAC program. And that is one-on-one time with skilled business advisors that help curate that pitch.
That's awesome.
That's what we do from August until
Yes.
October. So why somebody might be sitting out there saying the pitch application process closes on August 4th. What happens between then and October 23rd when the event is this year? And the first part is evaluating the applications, looking them over internally. We have an external team that ultimately makes that decision. But then pretty much from Labor Day on, they're working with our staff members to polish that pitch and to get ready for the tough questions.
We're gonna be bulldogs.
Bull sharks.
Bull sharks. I'm sorry,
There
bull
we go.
sharks.
That's our first pun.
We got to
There
work
go.
the sharks and more.
No, that's great. And we are all, I think, eagerly looking forward to Shark Tank at Mr. Anthony's. Can you give us the information of that night one more time?
October 23rd, 5 o'clock. We'll start with our blue carpet. And that'll be some live and some pre-recorded show. And then we'll get the show started about 6:30. So everybody has about an hour and a half to come in, talk to your friends, 700 of your closest friends, if it's like past years. And buffet will be open. The bars will be open.
Nice.
And we'll get the show started at 6:30. And we're trying to be out by 8:30 at the very latest this year.
And again, this is a fundraiser. So that means we are going to have what at this event? Fun.
I was going to say, I already said alcohol.
Yes, alcohol.
Wouldn't be a YBI
It would
event
not be
without alcohol and fun.
and fun.
Because we're fun, damn it.
We are.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Don, thank you so much for
Gentlemen,
your time.
thank you guys very much.
Thank
Enjoyed
you.
it.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
your
Looking forward to
support
it.
over
Yep.
the years. We are excited to have you officially a part this year's Shark Tank event. You were a blast last year. Can't wait to hear what you bring to the show.
We're gonna have
this year.
fun this year for sure.
Beautiful. We love to hear it. To my listeners, I'm sorry, Luke, thank you.
You don't need to thank me.
I
You
do.
thank me all the time.
Yeah, you're
But thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you for thanking me.
There we
No,
go.
thank you.
But that has been another episode of the YBI's Innovators Insights podcast. Thank you so much. I'm your host, Karrington Griffin, and we will see you on our next episode. Thank you.